Alright, welcome back to Death Stranding 100% series part 4. I'm the White Wolf, let's get into it. So, we're just gonna check the map here, activate terminal. Bring Poor Knot City, okay, so we'll just check out orders. Orders, what we got, mail? No, we can skip past this actually.
Isn't what we agreed on. You said you'd do everything in your power to save Bibi.
We are. But we cannot release your son just yet. Believe me when I tell you it's for the best.
Says the woman in the mask who's done nothing but lie to me.
Ascending. Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID.
Sam, out of curiosity, how's it doing at the moment?
Before I answer that,
Something wrong?
when I hook up my BB, I see things.
What kind of things?
Like a face, someone I don't know, calling to me. There's this room, too, with other people talking, but I can't make out the words.
Bleed-through effect. Didn't I warn you about this? You're mistaking the BB's memories for your own. They're false flashbacks, nothing more. Let me explain. A BB is harvested from its steel mother at around 28 weeks and placed in a pod. To be clear, this is before it's even born. The procedure halts its development. But even at 28 weeks, its sensory systems have matured enough to process external stimuli. It is more than capable of encoding this information into memories, which can bleed into yours via your connection.
So who's the man I saw?
Someone from the medical team, maybe? Or a BB technician? Does it matter? The BB has been in circulation for a while now. It's been handled by a lot of people. How should I know which one made an impression?
'Cause you're the expert.
No one's an expert, Sam. BBs were developed decades ago in secret. They're your quintessential black boxes. We may use them, but we don't truly understand them. Believe me, I've been trying to learn more, but almost all of the old records are gone. If I find anything out, I'll tell you, all right? Dead man's honor.
All weapons will remain locked until
Sam,
departure.
all check the delivery terminal and review the list of orders.
While you're resting, I ran some network diagnostics. Beryllium monitoring and holographic systems are nominal. Unfortunately, our printer is offline. I know, after all the trouble you went through to bring us those materials. This one's on us. We ordered a part a while back, but it never arrived. The printer needs it to communicate with the chiral network. Mules must have snatched it, caught that porter en route or something. If I'm right, they'll have taken it to their drop site, which is smack dab in the middle of their territory. Don't suppose you'd be up for stealing us our property back? Can't think of anyone more qualified than you.
Not sure if I said this before, but this very much, well, it makes sense. This very much, this setup of getting your gear set up really reminds me of MGS5. Well, it makes sense. It's Kojima. It's the same creators of the same game of Metal Gear Solid series, but this setup really reminds me of MGS5. I actually might do a series on that, but I got so many things going on, so I probably do that later when I have time. X grenade, we'll try that when we can. See how it works. Unable to fabricate the, okay. Well, can we just, alright, let's start it.
Mama's added a watchtower schematic to your PCC. If you don't have it on you, consider fabricating one. You never know when you'll need to recon an area. thing you're holding is a crystal collector. Now, as the name suggests, it provides secure storage for any crystals you gather.
Allow me to describe your quarry. Chiral crystals appear gold to the naked eye and are frequently found in formations resembling human handprints. Surrounding rocks and debris tend to float a few feet above the ground. And they are most commonly found in areas with high precipitation. Got all that? Rain, floating rocks, golden handprints. That's your trifecta. Look for these three things and you'll find the crystals. If you've been especially observant, then perhaps you already know where to look.
Order assigned.
So we have to collect some of these crystals, which we can easily find. So we'll just quickly jump to that and then come back. Oh man, I want the bike so bad.
Sam? Seems like that bike's auto-charging unit is busted. If you want to take it for a spin, you'll need to use a generator to give it some juice.
Sam, chiral crystals are pretty small and can be difficult to spot with the naked eye. I'd advise you to use your ultra deck to point you in the right direction. If you want to survey a wider area, though, you might consider building a watchtower and relying on its sensors.
Alright, so I already know what it is. The crystal is right there in front of my foot, but I had to do the scan anyway. So that little fiery emblem symbol, scanning for the crystals, scan crystals, pressing that, watchtower, scan over wider areas, and the PCC, select watchtower and hold to prepare. So the watchtower will basically analyze the area and help you identify materials that you can use and transfer them through to bridges. But I am kind of having trouble with the watchtower of the putting that up and anyways, so we'll just get back and deliver the crystals and then we can finish that quest, which is relatively easy to do.
Sam, chiral crystal deliveries are a little different from usual. The process is pretty simple though. Access the delivery terminal to drop off any chiral crystals you're carrying.
Alright, so we'll drop off the chiral crystals. I don't really need them, so I can just deliver the whole thing. I'll always find more out in the field. I'm gonna be playing a lot of this game, so I'll just find more chiral crystals eventually around the area. And when I get the bike, I can find even more in a further out distance.
Got some chiral crystals for us? These crystals only form in places with elevated chiralium levels, which makes me wonder if expanding the network had something to do with it. Not a bad haul. Plenty enough for research. We'll take good care of it.
Excess chiral crystals can be deposited at any facility. They'll be added to the stores held on site. These local stores include materials that you can draw upon to fabricate equipment as needed. Good work, Sam. It seems your connection level is increasing. As your connection level increases, larger quantities of resources will be made available to you at our facilities.
container repair spray for patching up cargo containers. Good for dealing with timefall degradation and all that. Useful stuff if you and your cargo have been through the ringer. We've added it to your supplies list, so it's readily available if and when you need it.
BC.
There is a correlation between elevated Corellium levels and increased crystal formation. This may well be the result of the network's expansion. You needn't worry though. Local chiral density is still within an acceptable range. If you find any more, be sure to collect it. You'll be well rewarded.
If you come into more chiral crystals, you can submit them at one of our facilities. And you can deposit other resources too, along with any items you don't need. Everything has its value. What we don't use as is can be broken down into components for R&D and other applications.
So basically, everything we find out in the field can be used to basically recycle at any bridge area. It really doesn't matter. Usually when I find a whole bunch of this stuff, if the timefall destroys the value of it, I'll just scrap it and I can use it for the bridges stuff. But I don't know, why am I offloading it? I don't want to offload it. Yeah, so wear those and I'll equip the other ones. But yeah, no, I'll just, if I find a whole bunch of stuff, I can easily just transfer it to them. Right, so the next thing we're doing here is, oh yeah, hang on, with the strands here. So these strands you can use to take down the mules. You're not entirely defenseless when it comes to the mules. You can just rip out the strand, do a counterattack, knock them out, and we'll do that. So right now we gotta deliver, what is it, recovery, we gotta cover less than 50%, so basically, we gotta bring over this cargo to the guy, transfer that, and make sure the degradation of it, the actual value of it isn't surpassed 50%, so we'll quickly climb up that hill and transfer the supplies to him in a second. Look at the backpack. It's just basically 90% of it is just the ladders, which I'm barely even using. I gotta get rid of the ladders. I'll do that later. But we're gonna be heading up to that cliff, and we'll see him in a sec.
Or habit, but most mules almost always bring stolen shipments home with them. Find the post box, steal back the cargo. Simple as that. But be careful. These guys are armed. If this goes sideways, be ready to fight.
Right, so this is what I was talking about with the whole mule things. So we'll be attacking with the basic attack, you know, square attack and all that. Mule rapidly to knock them out unconscious, just by punching them. But you can also use the strand to do like a counter attack. When they punch you, you can wrap them up and knock them out. And there's also a stealth attack in which you will run up against them, or like go behind them, and then you can do the strand to knock them out. Oh, would you look at this? How convenient is this? A rope to get up. Ooh, well, looks like there's a lot of people have used this. Oh no, don't want to punch it. Want to grab it? Can I grab the rope? 79% of people, 79 likes, my bad. So when using a structure and other game features created by another porter, you can send a like. Porters like you exchange more structures, features will be able to share. So this is other people's equipment you can use and like them for help.
Remember, Sam, before you approach the mule drop site, we recommend you use a watchtower to confirm the location of the post box containing our cargo.
So, cargo scanner mules, and a cargo scanner can be used to locate cargo carried by mules. It can be useful for trying to, hang on, just make sure I have this, useful for trying to pinpoint their locations. So we can actually use this to send stuff, which I don't know, this is just personally a waste, I find. I think I picked the wrong one. Yeah, I think I picked the wrong one. This is supposed to, if I have the right one, it's supposed to basically pinpoint where the mules are at to help me have a higher gauge of the locations of what I'm looking at. Post box complete. I don't think that's what I wanted, but... Do private locker, what can we do? Grenade, the PC box, PCC box.
Sam, you can use share lockers to exchange cargo with other porters. Mule drop sites are rarely deserted, so remaining undetected is key. Keep a low profile and move slowly to minimize noise.
Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to try and sneak up. I don't know if that caused a little noise, but the water, it's so cool. One thing I love about this game is the water textures on this, making it look how freaking realistic it is. Oh, it's so cool. Anyways, we got to get to the mule there, see if we can knock him out. I want to try and be stealthy, but I'm very bad at stealth, so... Mule boots. So that's his extra pair of boots like Sam has on his side there. And, oh crap, he saw me. Yep, just gotta punch. Punch, 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 punch. Yeah, no shit. I'm not gonna hold up. I'm gonna knock this guy out. When spotted by mules, hiding in tall grass behind large objects can help you escape the detection in spotted by mules. So we got a second guy coming up behind us here. We can actually throw cargo at him to knock him out, but I think I'm gonna drag him over here so I don't get attacked by other mules, and I'll just knock him out by doing the striking here. Yeah, see, he missed me there. I'm gonna get him there. Kick, and come on. There we go. Nope, one more. Come on. Ugh. Pain. Eventually you get like this bola you could use. It's like a bola gun. You can use it to tie them up. Say they're unconscious. You can't really do anything about it though. They're not dead, so they're not going to be causing them to time fault. But they're just unconscious right now. So we'll try and use the strand. I don't know how this is going to work. Come on, buddy. Let's see what you got. Ooh, nice parry. And then we'll just knock him out here, yeah. Again, all these are just they're all knockouts. They're not really kills, because if you killed them, they'll cause time fall, and you actually have to dispose the body.
Seems all the mules in your vicinity have been incapacitated.
Alright, so this is just telling about different chiral crystals, the display of them, your blood levels, BB stress, and the stamina, footwear, and the total numbers. It's just talking about chiral crystals, location, and everything. Tall grass you can use for basically hiding, reduce the sound and the visibility. I think that's a marker left by a player. Let's just give it a like. And then this is post box. They have the mules that you can steal the equipment from. Let's see what they got. Okay, lost cargo, climbing anchor, mule boots, metals, and so we can actually use all the metals and stuff to build different bridges, build the different post box, and eventually you can build or upgrade some stuff with the vehicles, I believe. It's been a while since I actually used the vehicles since I played this game in that year, so I don't remember that much about it, but all this stuff is useful, so it's gonna be it's gonna be heavy. Max is giving me 150 and I can only carry 125. Eventually I can carry up to close to 200, even more, but now I'm kinda screwed. So I just gotta slowly make my way there. Cargo positioning, ease movement, cargo positioning, unbalanced, antiquity, move and walk more in the cargo, so basically balancing the cargo in different areas to keep you from tipping over and moving slow. Oh, watchtowers. Watchtowers can search for Kyle crystals, sandweed, and mule post boxes. There in the cover is limited. Build one in the locations of the areas you search that can be scanned. So watchtowers, I do want to build one, but I don't think I'll be able to build one right now. I might do it later. Oh, look at the degradation of the boots. Oh man, I gotta swap out soon.
Mules. Damn addicts chasing a cargo high. Shame we gotta deal with their bullshit at all. Back in the day, AI did everything. Deliveries were handled by unmanned vehicles and drones. And all we had to do was sit back and let them work. It was revolutionary. Damn near singularity. No reason for it not to take off. But it didn't. People didn't like it when we took the human element out of the service industry. So, after some consideration, we put it back in. Made jobs no one really needed and gave them to folks who couldn't live without them. And from there, it snowballed. Now we got cults of cargo-chasing crazies who get off on hijacking shipments. Jackal's always on the lookout for the next porter. Make sure you're not him.
Okay, just a bit further now.
Exhaustion. You push yourself too hard and the maximum stamina level will drop. Resting outdoors will restore a little bit, but at the full recovery, you'll need to rest at the private room. Look at my boots. Look at the degradation of the boots. It's literally the... Oh my god, it's so close. Ugh. So yeah, you can stop and take a seat and rest here and kind of massage your arms and try to relax, but it's so much better going to the private room and actually falling asleep. So we're finally here. Finally made it. Oh my god. Took bloody forever trying to chop it up on recording to make it look easier, but by lord does it take a long time.
Back, are you? You trying to put the rest of us to shame? Fine by me. See you around.
Good work.
Time to get that chiral printer in working order. Sorry to push you through so much trouble, but trust me, it'll be worth it. Excellent. The unit doesn't have a scratch on it. Never doubted you'd come through for us.
We've added a bridge schematic to your PCC. The first step is laying the foundation, after which you'll have to supply additional materials to finish the job. Plenty of rivers and canyons could do with a good bridge, you know. Take a stroll across one you built yourself, and I guarantee you'll be glad you made the effort. Give it a try.
Sam, how are your shoes holding up? Not too well, I imagine, conditions being what they are out there. Nothing ruins your day like shoes falling apart while you're on the job. Carry on like that, and it's only a matter of time before you injure yourself. I've arranged for boots to be added to your supplies. Bridge is standard issue, so they ought to fit you fine. You should always carry an extra pair. But if you forget or run into trouble, you can fabricate another via a terminal at one of our many facilities.
Alright, new data acquired. Necrosis views the death 2 years ago, distributing central waste capital, not city, and central. Okay. Next I'm going to build is a bridge. Equip the PCC and then use it. Kind of course going to use UCI officials facilities. The amount of views distributes the center of the west center capital city, not center increased. So now we can create bridges. Then we can transfer them over to the side that we don't have to be walking through the water. And later on, you can use those bridges with the trucks and the bikes to move faster, make it a little bit easier.
See you around.
Congratulations, Sam. I understand you now have access to a chiral printer. An extraordinarily useful device that can only function because of the manner in which our network utilizes the beach, enabling us to transfer massive volumes of data instantaneously. Since under normal circumstances, such transfers would take hours, if not days, some have speculated that the chiral network might, in essence, be a time machine. That it is transmitting data into the past. Suffice it to say, we have yet to fully grasp the fundamental nature of the network and the beach which we have come to rely upon. One might liken our relationship with it to that of primitive mans with fire. Is it useful? Quite. Is it dangerous? Undeniably so. Nevertheless, we have decided that the reward outweighs the risk. Furthermore, as the BTs are linked to the beach, it stands to reason that further study and experimentation could be of considerable benefit. The same could be said regarding you, of course. Rest assured, I will keep you apprised of what I learn. You have my word.
Good work. New order available.
Good morning, Sam.
EX grenade number 2.
That should suffice. Glad to see everything's in good working order. The latest in our line of EX grenades. I give you the number 2. As you may have surmised, this model was produced with various extracts refined from your fecal matter. We suspect that your regular consumption of cryptobiotes has led you to excrete certain compounds that may prove especially effective against BTs. If you would like us to produce more, you need only furnish us with the requisite raw materials via your private room's toilet. I look forward to your feedback.
Alright, time to get back out there. Back to the mission, shall we? Just realized I didn't have boots on them. Alright, so let's put those on. And done. Alright, so we're gonna start the mission. Just make sure we have it set. We have a container repair spray, materials.
Okay, Sam. Make your way to the designated construction area for the bridge. The foundation should already be in place. With your help, we'll have the thing finished in no time. There should be a terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional materials.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Sam, looks like we found the site. There should be a terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional materials. Bravo, Sam. That bridge should make life easier for a lot of people. You can be sure that every traveler and porter who passes that way will put it to good use. Keep an eye out for other spots that could do with another well-placed bridge. Sam, got a new order for you. Another delivery to make and a knot to link up. Check the terminal when you have a moment.
Order assigned.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
I'm gonna wrap it up here, but we have to go over there and we'll do that in the next video. Bye.